In this session, we'll be looking at primary bolts, secondary bolts, and branches. Matt Rutter from the College of Charleston studies the reproduction and growth of the Arabidopsis plant. He'll be helping us understand the different bolts and branches.
Typically, in the typical development of an Arabidopsis plant, you have an initial bolting shoot develop. And then as the plant continues to develop and continues to bolt, you frequently have several secondary bolting shoots appear. So you might call this the primary bolting shoot, and then these other ones that start emerging from the rosette is the secondary branching stems. And in addition, you can have from these different bolts actual branches in the bolt appear. And so when I was talking about branch number earlier, usually we would actually count up all of these different components to get some total estimate of branch. You could look at the number of bolts that directly come from the rosettes as well.
To review what the different types of bolts and branches are, let's look at a plant that is around 6 weeks old. Here's an example of a primary bolting shoot. The gray arrow marks what we would consider the primary bolt because it would be the first initial bolt you see coming away from the rosette. Next we have a plant that is around 7 weeks old. The secondary bolting shoots are indicated by the blue arrows. These bolts come from the rosettes and are considered secondary because they arrive after the primary bolting stem. Most likely the primary bolting stem in this picture would be the longest stem, indicated by the gray arrow. Next we have branching, which are stems that arise from a bolt. In this case, the red arrow is pointing to a branch that is coming off the primary bolt. Higher number of bolts and branches tend to produce a greater number of fruit. This in turn usually means more seeds, which leads to a higher fitness. You can look at the session for fitness for more information on the subject.